Page 20, this is Moderato, number 1 at the top of the page. Now there are 3 pieces here. There's 2 on page 20 and 1 on page 21. And they're just giving you some experience at reading and playing the different common chord or note patterns you're going to find in piano music all the time, a lot. So you're just getting some experience at the different things you're going to run into when you play piano music. In Moderato, you can see in the right hand, you got all these parallel thirds going. That's quite common in piano, and parallel thirds are a bit of a problem. So I'm just going to go through the process I typically use to learn a piece of music, and we'll cover all that as the time goes on. You can read that stuff at the top of the page and have fun with it if you choose to, but that's up to you or your teacher. So for number 1, it's 2 lines long. I like to know how long it is, approximately. The clef signs are treble and bass clef. There's 1 sharp in the key signature. We are in the key of G major. And it's common time or 4/4 time. I want to talk about this right hand. We have these parallel thirds. You're starting here, and you just here, and then here. And this is tricky because it's important you get the notes down at the same time. And a lot of people have flying fingers and all kinds of things. Well, that's a technique problem. There's no need for the fingers to fly. I use weight to push the notes down. I'm not holding the hand still and trying to use the fingers. I'm actually lowering the wrist or lowering the hand each time I lower the weight. And I simply lower whichever fingers I want the weight to be on. So at the beginning, it's 1 and 3. These other fingers are up a little. You can't really tell it too much, but they are. 1 and 3 is down. And that's where the weight is, on those fingers. I'm lowering the whole hand, just slightly. And when I go to the next one here, and you can separate these at first if you need to get the idea. But to connect them, I'm shifting weight from finger to finger. I'm going from here to here, and I'm going from here to here at the same time. I'm shifting weight. You can raise and lower the wrist just a little bit. As you raise the wrist, you're getting ready to lower the weight. And as you lower the weight, lower the wrist, you switch fingers. Same thing. It takes time. You have to practice 1 finger at a time until you get the idea of shifting weight from finger to finger, because there's no difference between doing 1 finger and doing 2 fingers. And that's what we're after here. Otherwise, this whole piece is played in this hand position. It shouldn't be a problem, I'm hoping. For the left hand, you're here, put your fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come down. You got to rest to come down. 1, 2, 3. Back up. Reach down. And you can do a 3-1 or 2-1. I do a 3-1. I'm in this position. Whichever. Then when I put the hands together, it shouldn't be a problem because really it's only 1 hand playing at a time. And then here. Like so. And when I first do this, I connect everything. I'll put in the slurs and staccatos and all that junk later. I want a fingering that helps me connect the notes. It's usually a more solid and safer fingering. Then once I have that, I get rid of any hesitations. And once I can play it with no hesitations, then I'll put in the articulation. I think in the right hand, these are probably phrases. Lift. Each one is a musical thought, a sentence. In the left hand, those are slurs. You just connect them. Here, I'm going to go ahead and connect these 2 though. Now I'm going to lift up here, but not here. So. Lifting up in the right hand for the phrasing, but I'm connecting the left hand. And once I have that under control, hopefully, then the dynamics. And they only give 1, it's moderately loud. That's a forte, and applies to the melody. In this case, it's the right hand. You could almost say this is like a trio for 3 voices. 2 voices are up here, and the 3rd voice is down here. So if you play it like a trio, then all the notes are the same loudness. They're if you treat the left hand like background, just accompanying it, then the left hand needs to be softer. That's interpretation. The slurs, the phrasing, the dynamics, that's interpretation. Tempo, interpretation. Moderato, somewhere in the middle. If I go slow, if I go fast, that's fast. In the middle, it's like a walk. You're walking someplace, you're not in a hurry to get there, but you know where you're headed. You're going someplace. You're on a mission. And it's the feel of it. The overall feel of this needs to be somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. It doesn't have to be that speed. You pick your speed. Some teachers are very picky about tempo. If your teacher tells you, no, it's too fast or too slow, then do whatever speed they want to do. I don't care. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'd say I'm not doing dynamics, but there really aren't any. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go.